We are moving here to Lebanon. Hezbollah detonated a large bomb along the Israel-Lebanon border this afternoon, targeting two armored IDF vehicles that were clearing a road. The attack, which caused no injuries, was carried out by a unit that was renamed after Samir Quntar, the Hezbollah operative killed last month in an alleged Israeli strike in Syria. The IDF responded to today's bombing with artillery fire at targets in Lebanon. And with me right now, Amir Oren, you're staying here with me, of course, to give us more analysis about that. But before that, let's move to Hamad Awidat, the reporter at the Iranian Press TV. Good evening. Good to see you again.
Good evening.
So, Hamad, what exactly happened today? And maybe that was an expected reaction coming from Hezbollah.
It wasn't a surprise, you know. The Hezbollah they say that they will react about the Samir Quntar station, and what happened today afternoon. It wasn't a surprise, especially to the IDF. They knew about this, and also there's another sources that also in the IDF that it's just the first. It will be they are waiting another operation that it will be on the border. Maybe it will start from the ceasefire between Lebanon and the border between Lebanon and Israel, spread to the Golan Heights.
Hamad, do you think that it's this reaction really is the reaction that, and I don't want to, disrespect, but, is this the reaction that Hezbollah was aiming at Israel? Or maybe when we are seeing this reaction, we can understand what is the situation in Hezbollah and what is the situation of Hezbollah, because it's deep in the mud in Syria.
No, it's there's 2 points that we have to mention here. First of all, that it's the first step. It's not the one operation or the one reaction. What you mentioned or what I mentioned that it will be. There will be more. Also, the IDF, they knew about it and they publish it. They say today that there will be more in the next few days, and the operations will be spread from the Lebanese border to the Golan Heights, the Syrian border with Israel. That's the first point. The second one is that Hezbollah announced that he blew up a Mossad patrol, and it's not IDF, And here there's another point that we have to think about it, that Hezbollah have the information, and he have his security information that this jeep of IDF was included inside a Mossad general or person or someone that he have been injured in this kind of operation, that it will not stop here. It's just the start.
Yes, Hamad Awidat, thank you very much for this.
Nasrallah's threats following the Quntar assassination.
Well, he needed a threat, Israel.
Yes, but
this is obvious. But can he really deliver his threats?
But his threats made no sense, because if you threaten in advance of an action such as the Quntar assassination, it is intended for deterrence. If you threaten afterwards, it means that you have to make good on your words, and there would be no surprise. So the Middle East is full of conspiracy theories. If we were to distribute another one, we would have said, listen, Nasrallah spoke, he had to act on his words. Israel waited for him. It was a coordination of sorts. Okay, you will explode something with no casualties. We will react with artillery, no casualties. This is over. Let's wait for another round. But for the time being, we are in a tie.
So what does it say about the status of Hezbollah and Iran with the Revolutionary Guard that Israel was so worried that is sitting on the border or on the borders with Israel? Does it say maybe that Iran and Hezbollah are not so powerful like Israel thought? Or maybe this is something that it's a small hit before the big one will come?
It's a matter of priorities. Iran and Hezbollah are now involved in Syria much more, and it is much more urgent for them than in fighting Israel. Israel can wait for another day in their thinking. For Israel, the main priority in the northern front right now is the Islamic State, or Shuhada al-Yarmouk, which is an extension of the Islamic State in the southern part of the Golan. So Israel doesn't want to inflame the front either. Small, contained violence, fine, but no big battles.
Yes, Amir Orna, this is what we're talking about right now. Do you think that Israel will eventually retaliate about it? Retaliate, but will it continue this fight of back and forth with Hezbollah?
Not likely, because the Israeli military command is very cool-headed. They are not looking for a fight. They are moderate, and they are only acting if missiles are being transferred from Syria into Lebanon for Hezbollah, or if a terror act is being planned by the likes of Qatar. Only then they preempt, but they are not looking for escalation.
So